and Kevin Janison from Fremont Street. Also tonight, Anita Roman live from Pete's Dueling Piano Bar at Town Square, and Dan Ball braves the Strip to talk to revelers. We've also got the best view of the fireworks and all the festivities from the air with Chopper Tom Hawley and Captain Roger Manulet in Sky 3. So don't change that channel. The best New Year's Eve coverage in Southern Nevada starts right now.
The hotels are just about packed. The fireworks are ready. This is the place to be for New Year's Eve for hundreds of thousands of people, the Las Vegas Strip. And as advertised, we are right in the middle of the action. And the best place to see it all is right where you are right now in front of your TV, tuned to News 3. Good evening and happy New Year's Eve, everyone. I'm Jim Snyder.
Happy New Year's Eve. I'm Sophia Choi, and we are going to be with you for the next 2 hours and some change. And we've got every angle covered on this best party in the planet. Welcome to our coverage of America's Party 2010. And as I said, we've got you covered not just here with all our friends behind us.
Getting a little bit rowdy already. We love that.
But we've got Kevin Janison down on Fremont Street. We've got Anita Roman at Town Square, where she's at the Dueling Piano Bar, Pete's Dueling Piano Bar. And we've got Chopper Tom Hawley and Pilot Roger Manulet up in Sky 3 as well.
We'll be able to show you so many angles of the fireworks and all the party down here. We've got Dan Ball with us to cover the crowds down here on the Strip. Are you ready for the craziness out there?
I am ready for America's Party 2010. Let me tell you, I was out on the Strip a few minutes ago, and I think we should change the name to the World's Party. Because people are from everywhere across the globe here in Las Vegas to party tonight. It's a madhouse out there.
All right, we've been upgraded then. And down, as you said, on Fremont Street, that's where we find Kevin Janison. 20, 30,000 people down there, Kevin?
Hey, welcome to the party of all parties downtown on Fremont Street. Jim and Sophia, we have got a very festive crowd. I like your glasses.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
They are here from all over the place. Our friends back here from Tucson, Arizona. They are bringing in the new year, the new decade, underneath a full moon, under the canopy with a Led Zeppelin tribute band on the stage. And my friends over here, tell everybody where you're from.
Liverpool, England.
And why did you come to Las Vegas for New Year's?
The best place to be.
It is the best place to be. Who'd you bring with you?
Lorraine.
Lorraine, friends from England. Dana from England. And Peter from England.
Liverpool.
All the way from Liverpool, England to celebrate New Year's Eve right here in Las Vegas. We have a heck of a group out here, and I'm going to introduce you to some of our friends who have been drinking these beverages that are 55 ounces and still going. You ought to see the line to come get them. Obviously, they're having a very good time down here on Fremont Street. We'll introduce you to a few more, and wait till you see some of the get-ups this year. It is wild down here, but right now we'll send it to the south end of town, over to Anita Roman.
Happy New Year's Eve. We're live at Pete's Dueling Piano Bar where the party is in full swing. Take a look behind me. There's live music that started at 8 p.m. The crowd is loving it. The piano players are taking requests and the crowd is singing along. We're enjoying everything from AC/DC to Kiss to Bad Company to Journey. And Pete's is a new establishment to Las Vegas. It opened less than 2 months ago back in November, and it's unique because of all of the audience participation. The party will continue out here until 2 a.m. We're going to be live all night, bringing you some of the best live music in Las Vegas. But right now, we're going to toss it up to Tom Hawley, Sky 3.
All right, Anita, you're down in the middle of it. We are high above it all, getting a great view of the crowds pouring out onto Las Vegas Boulevard. The Strip is almost packed. I say almost because there's probably still a lot of people who are indoors who are waiting until it gets closer to midnight. But, I mean, look at it here. We've got a lot of people crammed in here. This would be Flamingo Road in the Strip in this shot. And one thing about Las Vegas is you don't have to wait for the fireworks to get a show. We saw the fountains at Bellagio going off just a moment ago. And, of course, you've got the volcano over the barrage. You got the pirate ships in front of the Treasure Island. So there's all kinds of spectacle in Las Vegas. And for people who haven't been here before, just even being in this location, looking up and down with all the hotels lit up, and of course the new Crown Jewel City Center, something to look at on the south end of the Strip. We're looking at all your cross travel closed for the time being. Just advice, if you're on your way out the door, you can still get across the strip by way of the designated super arterial. That takes you underneath, but all of the other cross routes are closed, as well as ramps from the freeways heading east toward the strip. That's a no-go, and those roads will start opening sometime around 3 a.m. after all the cleanup. Right now, though, it's all about the party and all the activities down the strip, including Caesar's Palace. That's what we're above right now, and that's where we send it back to Jim and Sophia.
Okay, Tom, thank you so much. And you've got a pretty good bird's eye view right there of what's happening. But if you said spectacle, we've got spectacle right here. Take a look at the crowd behind us. They are going crazy. And right here at Caesars, it really is jam-packed already. We have probably one of the best seats in town, don't you think?
Well, we're right underneath one of the towers that is going to be launching the fireworks. And as we've been telling you for the past several weeks, the fireworks are back up on the rooftops where a lot of people think they belonged all along. You'll remember last year they were dropped down closer to the street level because of some fire concerns after the Monte Carlo fire. But they've got that all worked out. They're back on the rooftops. 7 resorts are launch pads. Here's a map showing them from the north. It's got the Stratosphere, the Venetian, Treasure Island, TI now I guess, Caesars where we are, the new Aria at City Center, Planet Hollywood, and the MGM Grand. Most of the installation work was finished yesterday. It is a $500,000 show, which took 65 pyrotechnicians 4 days to set up, just a massive scale. The designers from Fireworks by Grucci showed us the setup on the roof of Treasure Island yesterday, and the display will actually be coordinated from the rooftop of the Rio.
Yeah, and here's a look at the Strip fireworks show by the numbers. The LVCVA is predicting 315,000 people will be out on the Strip. The fireworks show will have 96,000 aerial bursts lasting 7 minutes, 11 seconds, and costing about $500,000. The other important number is 18. No unaccompanied minors are allowed on the Strip. Cans and bottles are also forbidden. Plastic cups are okay, though. Large backpacks, bags, or knapsacks are also discouraged.
315,000 people is the best guess going in of how many people are here to ring in the new year in Las Vegas. And when you look at the crowd behind me, every time we show you a crowd shot tonight, you never know if all of those people are tourists. When you're out here, you can't be surprised if the person next to you is actually a cop.
Yeah, exactly. Metro has plainclothes officers as well as those in uniform out here. And of course, their goal tonight is just to keep everybody safe. And it's a job they actually start at the beginning of the year.
Early in the morning, every January 1st, almost as soon as the crowd slowly disappears and as the garbage gets picked up, Metro reviews its performance to start planning for next year.
Right when we're done, we go ahead and we take a look at it, at our strengths and weaknesses of what we could do better for next year. So it's constantly evolving. So it's really not much downtime because different areas of the department are constantly doing things behind the scene to get ready for the next year.
One big change this year, a focus on safe driving. Instead of helping with the crowds of people on foot, this year Metro's traffic unit will be focusing on the crowds of cars. Huge events like New Year's are also a special focus of the Fusion Center. I saw firsthand how local, state, and federal agencies come together every day of the year to share information with an eye on predicting and preventing acts of terrorism. There's even added security under the city. National Guard troops will be watching tunnels under the Strip to make sure they can't be the launching point for an attack. For the most part, though, the revelers above ground are more likely to see smiling Metro officers. But when things get too rowdy, Metro calls in the muscle on 4 legs.
In the past, when we've had difficulty moving, let's say, some intoxicated, rowdy group of folks, we just bring the horses in, and they're very nice. They get right out of the way and they move, and they're a wonderful tool.
Now, you know, for security reasons, Metro just wouldn't give us an exact number of how many officers are out and about, but they say there are plenty of officers, not just here on the Strip, not just downtown, but throughout the valley to keep all of us safe. You know, you hear that term all the time, out in full force.
Right.
Well,
it's true tonight.
Well, not really. One officer that I worked with very closely actually is home tonight with his wife. I know that for a fact, and I just want to say, Happy New Year's, Bill.
There you go. All of their patrol units, their traffic patrol is out tonight,
yes,
right?
All the patrol units are out tonight, but not every single officer.
Right.
Some of them got a day off.
They've got a DUI enforcement going tonight, unlike in years past when they concentrated on the Strip and downtown. They're all over town, and one way An easy way to avoid a run-in with the law tonight, if you're headed out to have a good time, is to take the bus. That is free tonight.
Yeah, exactly. The Regional Transportation Commission is once again offering free bus rides to people partying on this New Year's Eve. The free rides began tonight at 6 and run through 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And, you know, appropriately enough, Caesar's Palace is celebrating something else tomorrow.
Yes.
It is the National Hangover Day tomorrow. And you know who we're talking about. A lot of you out there, at home even, and out here, having a little too much fun tonight.
Yes, this is actually a tie-in with that movie a lot of people out there have seen that is set in Vegas called The Hangover, which is now out on DVD. Twitter followers of Caesar's Palace who tweet, "Happy National Hangover Day, I'm at Caesar's Palace," will get complimentary Bloody Marys at any one of Caesar's bars all day Friday to help with that hangover. And there's also a special omelet at Serendipity 3 called the Hangover Omelet, and they actually gave us one to show you here.
Yeah.
This is the Hangover Omelet. Serendipity 3 is just to the side of us, and we actually want to thank them because they have done a lot to give us a spot here and to provide some of the stuff that we need to put the broadcast on.
Exactly,
tonight.
and I just want to let everyone see this too. This is an ice hot chocolate.
Yes.
So that would be nice if you had a hangover, don't you think?
One of the things that they're known for.
Yeah.
If you have watched us in years past, typically we bring you greetings from celebrities on New Year's Eve. And this year we thought we'd do something different. We'd let you hear from people who are even more deserving, some members of our military and their families.
Yeah, absolutely. We think they're definitely deserving to get all the recognition that they deserve. We're also going to bring you a lot more ahead, including past fireworks from the past decade.
We'll be able to take a step back in time and go, I remember that New Year's, I remember that New Year's. And just ahead, despite what you have heard, you can experience New Year's Eve in Las Vegas without spending a whole lot of money. We went to the experts on this one, and you'll hear from them in just a couple of minutes. Hope you can stick around. America's Party 2010 is just getting started.
Happy holidays from the Meshes to all of you. Hope you have a happy new year. Guys, say happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
America's Party 2010 is brought to you by
Dan Ball here for KVBC News Super live on the Strip. Look at this crowd out here. For the last hour or so, Jim and Sophia, I've been out on this Strip, braving it, I might add. And you know what? I found out people came from all across the globe. So I think we should change the name to the World's Party. Take a look at all these folks that came from everywhere to celebrate in Vegas tonight for New Year's 2010. You could have went lots of places. New York City, could have stayed in England.
Bright lights. It's the place to be.
This is the place to be?
It's the place to be on the Strip. Come on!
Vegas is such a wonderful place. As you can see, all these shows and everything going on. So we thought, what could be a better place to celebrate New Year other than Vegas?
So now you're 21 in Vegas for New Year's 2010. What are you going to do tonight? I know you're going to go crazy.
I'm going to get hammered tonight.
Steve, usually it's singles partying it up, but you brought the family. Why?
Because it's the best time to be with the family. Las Vegas is not only for single people, it's for family too.
Do they not do fireworks in Germany on New Year's Eve?
Not as huge as in Las Vegas.
This is a spot to be. Everything's happening here tonight.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to the most about coming to Vegas on New Year's Eve?
I don't know yet. We go someplace different every year. Last year we were in London.
We've got Spain, Brazil, and Germany all representing, coming to Vegas to party to rock in 2010, right?
All right, you're the most ready people in the world.
Why did you guys pick Las Vegas? You could have went maybe back home to Brazil or Spain or Germany. There's a good party in those countries.
It's crazy. It's like an experience you have to live in your life.
You picked Las Vegas to ring in 2010. Why?
Because I love Vegas.
You love Vegas. Yeah. I love the glasses.
I do too.
Did you juice up the scooter tonight so you got a little extra pep to get you around the streets?
You got that right.
First of all, let's take a look at this dress. This is how you dress on New Year's. Wait a minute. Take it off. I mean, show us the dress.
Okay. Here we go.
This is just for New Year's, right?
Definitely.
And back here live on the Strip, the party continues, right? for America's Party. Folks here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Phoenix, Arizona, Toronto, Canada. We're from everywhere partying it up tonight, right?
Yes, we are.
Jim, Sophia, we'll throw it back to you on that comfy-looking couch in front of Caesars.
Oh, it is, my friend, and I am sensing a pattern in the way Dan Ball picks his interviews.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That nice young lady at the end there.
Represented there. You know, you got to love it when you look at this crowd and you walk the street tonight. You find that sense of optimism that everyone has on New Year's Eve.
You just can't help but smile tonight.
Exactly,
you know?
And we've been through a lot over the last 10 years. What a decade it's been, but a lot of people figure, you know what, that's behind us now. They're looking for better days ahead, and that's what you feel when you're down here, which is the great part about being here. So it's packed. The parking garages are on the Strip are all packed. The streets have been closed off, and the big question is, when is everything going to clear out later on tonight?
Yeah, well, you know, some people will go home right after the fireworks, but this is really great that New Year's Eve fell on a Thursday, because a lot of people are actually making this a very long weekend, so they're staying an extra night, maybe even 2-3 nights. So we checked with Vegas.com and checked out the last-minute deals out there, the room rates. On the low end, you've got Circus for $25.95.
Night at the Sahara starts at $28.95. So there are really some deals out there. Planet Hollywood will cost you $79.95. All of these prices were unheard of in years past, but with the economy the way it is, the room rates have been coming down.
Exactly, and here at Caesars, rooms start at $90.95, babies and tigers not included, and a room at the Wynn starts at $162.95.
And according to Vegas.com, both Aria and Vidara at City Center are sold out tonight, and as you remember, when we were covering the openings of those places, that was a lot of rooms coming online. Everyone wondered, would they be able to fill them? Well, for this weekend, they have.
Yeah. Well, some of you, though, decided to just stay home, not come out at all. And you probably did that because you didn't want to deal with the hassle of the crowds or maybe even the hassle of the expense.
Right. And, you know, I'm the saving you money guy, right? And I like to think of myself as kind of a fun guy, too.
You are a fun guy.
Okay, so tonight we're focused on fun, but spending a little less money. So here's a look at some of the less expensive options out there. If the predictions are on track, somewhere around 315,000 people came to Las Vegas to ring in the new year, and many of them came without a plan.
We don't know. We're trying to figure that out at the moment.
I don't know, but we're going to come.
We'll be on the Strip.
This is off the chain.
It really, Atlanta's great, but it can't compare to the Strip.
No, it can't compare to Vegas.
We're just keeping our options open, if we're honest with you. We don't really know what to do.
But one thing most everyone has, at least in the back of their mind, is a budget.
We got like $300 for one night, so that'll get us somewhere and, you know, get us something to eat and something to drink, and, you know, we're going to have a ball. We don't care.
We can spend, I don't know, if we set a limit, $200 to $300 maybe.
I have no idea. I've never been here before.
I'm not paying. He's paying.
But how much do you think he's shelling out?
I haven't thought about it. That would be impolite.
So he's lucky. But for most of us, money is a factor. If you're looking to save, keep in mind the party on the Strip is free. Fremont Street costs $10 if you're a local with ID, $20 for out-of-staters. And parking is extra depending on where you go. Now, it is getting kind of late, so you're not going to be able to drive anywhere near the Strip. Because of that, you may think it's too late to leave home, but not so fast. You might be able to make it to a party on the cheap. Casinos advertise dollar days on the sides of buses, but on the bus until 9 a.m., it's a free night, free rides on cat buses. You could jump on one and head to any of the locals casinos away from the Strip and Fremont Street, where packages are selling for $50 or less if they're not sold out.
And then we're going to watch the fireworks, and with luck, we'll make it till midnight, and then we'll go to sleep.
The fireworks are the biggest free attraction on the Strip, but there are a few others if you plan ahead.
Well, we do a lot of free things, like the fountains at the Bellagio, the shows at Caesar. We do a lot of the free activities that Vegas offers. What's free that we do?
The fact that we got to think about it.
We need to do enough free stuff.
So the fireworks and the buses are free, and there are lots of other ways to save money right in the middle of this huge crowd.
Well, we don't drink.
Sure, yeah, we remember them from last year.
We just, go get some good pizza and have a good time and leave the alcohol out, and we save a lot of money.
You rent a room without a view.
That's what we got.
We're going to probably go get some like $2 margaritas.
Of course, there are guaranteed ways to spend less money.
Keep it in your pocket.
Not going out to eat.
We don't gamble that much.
And for a lot of local families, the only way to celebrate the new year is safe at home.
Go home and party with family.
I guess stay home, play games.
Boring. Put on some lingerie and stay at home.
And what do you think about that plan?
I love that. It works for me. Buy me some new lingerie.
And for those of you who made that decision, we'd like to commend you on it. We think that was the best choice to stay at home. Maybe you're at a party in your neighborhood and watch us here on News 3.
Yeah, so you got the whole budget thing worked out for us, but we're still kind of scratching our head on something else. We had the 80s, we had the 90s, and now we've gone through the O's.
The O's? Yeah. What do you call this past decade? You know, old timers look back at the 1900s and they'd say, oh, I was born in 1909. So some people use odd. Right. Well, we sent Hetty Chang out there to look for some ideas. What would you call the decade that just passed? It's coming up on America's Party 2010.
Welcome back to one of the wildest parties in all the land. Let me set the stage for you down here on Fremont Street, under the canopy, underneath the full moon, the blue moon, on New Year's Eve, heading into On stage right now is Led Zeppelin, the third tribute band to perform on the 3rd Street stage tonight. We started with U2, had Van Halen. We've got Led Zeppelin again, and following that will be a Guns N' Roses tribute band. We have an estimated crowd approaching 30,000 people on the 4 blocks that make up the Freedom Street experience, and they are having a good time. We are actually near the filling station, if you will, and some of these folks have already had their fill. Let me show you what's going on. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. Because you can get the beverages of your choice. They can come in the jumbo size, or the large football size, or just about every size in between. And these folks are standing in line to get their fill. And where's my friend? Oh, Ray, good to see you again. Where are you from?
Las Vegas!
We see Ray every single year down here at Fremont Street. And Ray, you're here to provide the munchies, right?
Yeah!
Come down, if you will. Let me take a look inside Ray's head. We've got the chips. You didn't even need to bring any food for Fremont Street. Ray, help these people out. They need to have some munchies. Hi.
Hi!
Are you hungry?
No, I'm not very hungry.
Well, here, have some chips. Anyway, yeah, free chips. Sir, help yourself to some chips. That is so cute. Do you know this guy?
Of course I know this guy.
Family show. I am shocked. Down here on.
Woo! Happy New Year from Las Vegas! Let's do it! That's how we do it! That's how we roll! Yeah!
I have to ask you.
Yes, sir.
Where do you get a suit like that?
Oh, you know, I get especially tailored from just people. People take care of me, and I take care of my people. I'm trying to look good for you, Sophia. I'm trying to look good for you, Sophia Choi. It's for you.
He's got some serious bling, there's no doubt about it. Live from the chaos, which we expected on New Year's Eve. They're coming from all over the place on Fremont Street, back to Caesars and you, Jim and Sophia.
Yeah. Those people that he thinks are taking care of him, maybe not so much, right?
I think they need those chips to maybe soak up some of that liquor. You know, you saw those huge
a little
drinks
base,
over
they
there.
call that, right?
Right. All right, well, we had the 80s, we had the 90s, and we're about out of this decade.
Yes.
We're turning the corner here, and the jury's still out on just what to call it.
Yeah, a lot of people saying good riddance to this decade. Maybe you have some colorful terms for it yourself, but we sent Hetty Chang out there to find out some ideas. What do we call the decade just passed?
10 years ago today, we were partying like it was 1999. It was a catchy song, we had a catchy name in Y2K, and there was no question the decade would easily be called the 90s. But the decade that began with all of that is ending with a big question mark. What do you think this decade should be called?
I couldn't begin.
Millennium? I don't know.
The Millennium Decade.
I guess they call it the Millennium, but I don't like that, so I don't know. I call it the thousands.
The 2000s?
I'd say it's been a wonderful decade.
For others, it's a decade they would rather soon forget.
Some eraser of some sort to erase it, make it go away.
The economy, the debt, the issues.
A lot of turmoil. A lot of turmoil with obviously financial situation, terrorism. You can't exclude this decade without talking about 911.
Kind of like a roller coaster, ups and downs. We've had some highs and some really good lows too. So yeah, maybe the roller coaster decade.
And what a ride it was.
Changing all the time. I mean, like everything about this decade changed. From 2001 to Barack Obama to everything about this decade has been really about change.
We've learned that change doesn't have to be new when it comes to trends of this decade.
I really feel like in this day, everybody just try to take all the old stuff and make it new. So, old is new, I guess.
I know the 80s were known as kind of like the bad hair and the
coming back.
And the Ray-Ban shades with the bright pink and orange.
Neon is back.
Huge. It's totally back. Every 30 years, it seems like, well, here, we're going to start back over.
It's more Elvis, man. I think the trend is Elvis, Elvis, Elvis. He's never left the building.
All you see is neon green, neon pink, and the old school 80s glasses. It's all back. And the young kids don't realize.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is new.
Yeah, it's a revival. And we're like, oh, no.
And here's what else young kids don't realize from growing up in a decade defined by everything digital.
I'm Natalie, and I was born in 1999.
Have you ever heard of a dial-up?
No.
I don't remember anything without internet. iPods, cell phones.
I'm Ethan. I was born April 18th, 1998.
What came before the CD?
I know the cassette.
What about before the cassette?
It was it's like a big CD. It's the record.
A VHD.
Or VHR. Or something like that.
Internet, the phones, that kind of thing. So technology is really taking over.
I guess I would call it like the now decade, because everything's so urgent this decade. So no one likes to wait.
But wait, finding a name for this decade didn't seem all that urgent. That decade just minutes away. For now, we'll call it that one between then and now. Hetty Chang, News 3.
I am feeling so old right now after some of the kids.
What was that big thing? It was called a record?
Hey, we should probably give a nod here to all the purists out there who point out that since there was no year zero, the decade technically does not end until after 2010. We should be doing this a year from now.
Right.
But numbers mean something, especially here in Las Vegas. We see that every time, a quirk of the calendar lines up and all the wedding chapels get busy because people want to get married on that day. So we're going with popular culture here and calling tonight the end of the decade, but we get it, and technically they're right.
Well, a lot of people thought it was the end of the decade in this past decade when we reached the Y2K season,
people made the same argument, exactly. So going back to what I said earlier, some people figure maybe we'll just call it the aughts like they did back in the 1900s. And I found an article in Time magazine that building on that theme had some other ideas. How about the YI Autas, the naughty Audis, the 2000s? There's all kinds of ideas on here.
I love the oh-la-las.
The ooh-la-las.
Yeah, the oh-la-las.
So, whatever. Call it what you want. It's just about to come to an end.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? A lot of people had a tough time this past year, so they're looking forward to the new year, and that's exactly what UNLV's basketball team is doing, and they're sharing their wishes for the new year.
Yes, and we are going to share them with you when America's Party 2010 comes back in just a couple of minutes. Don't go away.
My name is Eric Ballesteros, and this is my wife,
Monica.
And we are happy this new year because our family's coming for the first time. We're all gonna get together at our house, the newlyweds. I work at Strike, and I'm an aircraft mechanic. Happy New Year.
Welcome back to America.
tuning in and joining us. We are coming at you live from Pete's Dueling Piano Bar Town Square, where the party is live and in full swing. We have been enjoying some of the best live music in Las Vegas tonight. Pete's has 2 piano players going at it nonstop, taking requests from the crowd, is singing, dancing on top of the piano bar. They are on their feet. Not only is all the music here tonight live, we are hearing all types of music. This is really one of the most exciting places to be on New Year's Eve, and we're going to send it up to Tom Hawley in Chopper 3. Tom, I hope you're having fun up there, because we are.
Anita, we're having a great time just checking out some of the sights around town, and not all of it is party. We also look over here at I-15, where you see lots of flashing lights. In fact, there's flashing lights at every interchange. That's because Nevada Highway Patrol is making sure no one goes up and over the top over to the Flamingo Road in the Strip or Tropicana in the Strip. They've got those interchanges shut down. Of course, people who can't get on the Strip, who are trying to get around the area, are creating a few traffic jams elsewhere. Look at all this traffic on westbound Flamingo, or westbound Harmon, rather, with a forced turn when you get to Koval. We've also seen big lines of traffic over on Paradise. It's Paradise and Flamingo Road. Lots of traffic also eastbound Flamingo there. But of course, most of the traffic we're keeping an eye on is the foot traffic, and there is plenty of it. Taking the camera down here to Flamingo Road in the Strip, every time you have a major intersection, that's where you have the cross traffic, so that seems to be a gathering point. That's where you have the heaviest traffic, right in the middle. Lots of people making revelry. And note that when you get to either side of the intersection, then you've got a big swath in the middle. This also actually serves a dual purpose. First, it allows an easy access for emergency vehicles to go up and down, and also it protects the median islands with all that landscaping. And the first year that they had this type of celebration, there was a lot of damage done to the landscaping. Now they keep the people on the side so they can't actually go up over the shrubs and the palm trees and climb up the sides and things like that. It's getting busier and busier since the last time we checked in. Just a lot more people on the roadways here. And there you also see, well, we've got people going up and down. It gets a little bit lighter once you get up to around Desert Inn or so. The main focus seems to be around the intersections of Tropicana in the Strip and also Flamingo in the Strip. Really a festive side. We're going to keep an eye on it from here in Sky 3. Jim and Sophia?
Hey, Tom, let me rely on your historical perspective a little bit. And from everything that you can see up there, the crowd so far at about 10:40 at night, bigger than last year, smaller? What do you think?
I would say at this point, taking it back outside again, that it's probably a little bit lighter, but I would note again that there's still probably a lot of people who are inside the hotels, and they'll probably start pouring out now as we're getting actually closer to midnight. We'll probably see a big swell over the next half hour as we actually approach the midnight hour, Jim.
Yeah, and don't forget, a lot of people are probably inside the new Aria at City Center checking that out. So they'll be out here for the fireworks, but like you said, lots to check out.
Well, we've got our diehards here.
Yeah.
They've been here since before we went on the air waiting. We want to talk about sports a little bit as we look back at the year that was. The Runner Rebels closed out 2009 with a championship appearance at the Diamond Head Classic in Hawaii last week.
Yeah, and boo, we have to say, because they lost that game. But despite that loss, they're going into this new year with plenty of positive resolutions. Here's Randy Howe.
The New Year's resolution, a commitment that an individual makes to a project or the reforming of a habit, often a lifestyle change, that is generally interpreted as advantageous. Well, for Lon Kruger's Rebels, after a 12-2 start to the season, it's hard to think that they could possibly change or improve on anything. Then again, these are coaches and athletes we are talking about.
Mine is to be a better role model to little children, be able to like speak to them more and help them, direct them from right from wrong and stuff like that. So that's my New Year's resolution.
I want to get a haircut in 2010 because this isn't working anymore.
I'm going to stop trying to eat so much fast food. Try and cut back on that. I've been eating a lot of that lately. So,
Stevie, I think, said he was going to get a haircut. He wanted to change some of his hair. You think he needs it?
I don't know. It's on him. I don't know. I know I need one.
Only thing I'm concerned about is just win. I just want to win. That's it. Maybe lose a couple more pounds here and there, but that's it.
Oh, of course. Going to eat better, going to eat healthier, going to work out more, you know, all those things that everyone says every year.
How about a basketball resolution?
Stay healthy. Keep getting better. You know, keep enjoying the competition. Enjoy the great crowds in Thomas and Mack and battle like crazy in conference play.
Sounds like 2010 is going to be a good year for the Rebels and their fans. Happy New Year, everyone.
And our thanks to Randy Howe for that report. And the Rebels play their next game on the road. Their rivals, BYU. That happens on January 6th.
All right, we wish them luck on that. We've got a real variety for you tonight. We've got all the news covered, all the angles around town, and we've even got some entertainment for you. Coming up, we're going to be joined here on the couch by a strip magician.
Yeah, this is going to be so much fun. We're going to show you what special trick that Nathan Burton has brought to us. So stick around. Our coverage of America's Party 2010 continues right after this.
Hello, my name is Nancy Olochen. I'm an environmental engineer, and I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year.
My name is Isamar, and I'm an environmental engineer, and Happy New Year's.
Watching News 3's coverage of America's Party 2010. Now back to Jim Snyder and Sophia Choi.
Oh man, we are so excited.
Very impressive on the piano, by the way.
Yeah, you too.
Well, normally I only have chopsticks, but the competition, it brought it out in me.
All right, truth be told, that was a little trickery.
Ooh, yeah,
trickery.
Maybe a little fancy.
Yeah, and talking about trickery, you've seen him on America's Got Talent, and now Nathan Burton is thrilling audiences at the Flamingo with his magic comedy act.
And he joins us here on the couch. Nathan,
wow, what an
Happy
intro.
New Year's Eve. How are you?
Happy New Year's to you
Good
guys.
to see you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
And you bring with us a magic trick that is something that some people out there are accomplishing on their own tonight, which is making champagne disappear.
It's not midnight yet, but I wanted to bring you guys a little bubbly so you guys can drink.
Okay. Wow.
Can we drink it yet? You guys can't drink yet,
No,
can you?
not
All right, let's do a
yet.
little magic. Here we go. In the bag. Watch. Gone. Let me bring it back. It's back.
Oh,
look at that.
Hey.
All right, let's try it one more time. Here we go.
You've trained for years for
Watch
this.
carefully. Here we go. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Wait a minute. That was impressive.
Thank you very much.
And I was sitting right here. What'd you do with that thing? How's it going?
It's going great. It's New Year's Eve. We're on the strip. It's crazy out. There's people. They're partying. It's great.
Yeah. Excellent. Any New Year's resolutions for you?
Just working at the Flamingo every day. And we're doing a cool thing for the locals. A show and the buffet, $30. Come
Oh,
out.
wow.
There you go.
There
You can't beat that, that's for sure.
Prime rib, crab legs, and me. What else do you want?
You've performed all over the place, including Germany. What's it like to be here in Las Vegas?
Vegas is the entertainment capital of the world. If you're a magician, this is where you want to be. And I'm very lucky to share the stage with Donny Marie Osmond, George Wallace, and I love Vegas.
It's an interesting time, to say the least, for Las Vegas. Give us your prediction of what comes next. What are we going to see in 2010?
I think, you know what? We survived 09.
Yes.
10's we're just going to keep going up.
All right.
That's my prediction.
Yeah.
All right.
So many people are like, let's get over this last decade and
We're
move
done
on,
with 9.
right? Yeah.
We're done with 9. We got a couple hours. 10's going to be awesome.
Good riddance. Better things ahead. Nathan, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much. Happy
That
New
was
Year's, guys.
awesome. I love that.
Thank you very much.
Happy New Year's Eve. And as Nathan said, you can catch him at the Flamingo. You just head over there. The show runs weekdays at 4 p.m. The tickets start at $34. We've got a link to Nathan's site on our new site, which is mynews3.com.
Yeah, and don't forget about the local special
Yes.
that he mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Nathan.
Thank you.
And our coverage of America's Party 2010 continues right after this.
America's Party 2010 is brought to you by
Welcome back to the Fremont Street Experience, live on New Year's Eve, along with the happiest mayor in the universe. Oscar, this is the perfect time to make that political announcement you've been aspiring to make.
I am the happiest mayor in the universe, and my wife is the happiest wife of a mayor in the universe. And it's great being down on Fremont Street. And when there's an announcement to be made, Kevin, you'll be the first not to hear it.
And Mrs. Goodman, any announcements you'd like to make politically in your future, maybe for next year?
We love Las Vegas, and there's no place like downtown.
You got that right. Come on out. Let's meet the people. This is a tradition. We've been doing this for years.
Right, this is greatest. We have all the great people in Las Vegas. Cubby, how are you, buddy?
How you doing, Oscar?
Nice seeing you guys.
Nice seeing you.
Nice seeing you. Hi. Happy New Year to you. All the beautiful people are downtown.
For years, we've walked through the crowd on Fremont Street every New Year's, and the mayor's like a rock star. A lot of times it turns into an Oscar Goodman smooch fest.
He looks like a Viking.
Yes, sir.
All right. How are you? How is everybody?
Good everybody.
Happy New Year. 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 Thank you. Good seeing everybody. It's the best. It's the best. Gets no better. Hi, how are you? Is this the best? Gets no better, does it?
Thank you, and Happy New Year.
The mayor hoisting a beer along with his wife Carolyn Goodman, also Councilman Gary Reese with the crowd as well as he's making it through. A man of the people.
Hi, how are you? Good seeing you. How are you doing? Hi.
Happy New Year.
We'll keep walking with the mayor right through the crowd. And now we'll send it down to the south end of the Las Vegas Strip in Anita, Rome. This is crazy.
All right, welcome to Pete's Dueling Piano Bar, some of the best live music in Las Vegas. Joining me, General Manager Richard Taylor. What is so unique about Pete's?
Well, what we try to provide is an environment where anybody can come out regardless of age. Don't care about dress code, just come out and party. That's all.
And it's all live music, and the best part is they take requests.
That's right. The audience drives the show. So if you want to hear Chubby Checker, they'll play Chubby Checker. If you want to hear Nirvana, they'll play Nirvana. If you want to hear the Killers, we got it.
And we have been hearing all kinds of live music here at Pete's Dueling Piano Bar at Town Square. You can see the crowd has been getting on their feet. They're really participating in the show. They're having a great time. One of the best New Year's Eve. And we are going to send it to Dan Ball live on the Strip at Caesar's Palace. Dan?
Hey, Anita, thanks. While the locals are partying up down at Town Square, I'm on the Strip right here, downtown. Right? Oh, yeah, we're partying 2010, America's Party Las Vegas. And you know what? People have come from all across the globe and all across our great country to party in Las Vegas and ring in the new year. Sherry and her hubby, they're in from Fort Pierce, Florida.
Yes.
I hope you didn't drive all the way here.
No.
Yes.
No. You drove all the way here to party for New Year's?
Our car is parked at Bally's.
Wow, is this your first time partying in Vegas for New Year's?
No, we got married at the Bellagio 2 years ago.
So this is kind of like a little reunion celebrating for the wedding, right?
Definitely.
Yes. Very cool. Glad to have you. Folks from Los Angeles, San Diego. I was talking with people earlier, Jim and Sophia, met folks from everywhere from Tokyo, England, Brazil, Japan, you name it. They are here to ring in the new year Vegas style. Guys, we're going to send it back over to you on the... Oh, and Brazil. Yeah. I heard you. I already said Brazil. Guys, back over to you on the couch.
We are so happy that all these visitors are in town.
I know.
A couple of days ago, the
Bring 'em
hotels
on.
were saying 96% occupancy, so they're booked full.
It's very impressive when you consider that we have 8,000 more hotel rooms available in town than we did this time last year.
Exactly,
So,
and they're actually asking a little bit more money this year
right.
than last year, so it's terrific.
These
all
are
the way
all
around.
good signs as we head into the next year. Going back to the downtown episode we had with Kevin Janison and the mayor, the point of trying to get the mayor on early on our New Year's Eve broadcast is to try to catch him early on in his run of martinis.
Yes.
I'm not sure we accomplished that goal tonight. We may have missed the mark a little bit. Looked like he was having a good time,
But
right?
you know what? It's not New Year's Eve in Las Vegas unless you see the mayor shaking hands with the folks, right?
He's having
Doing
a good
his
time.
thing.
He loves doing it.
Yeah.
As we reach the end of a year, the end of a decade, it is customary to look back, and now we wanted to look back at some of the stories that made headlines in 2009.
Last year, I had an affair. I violated the vows of my marriage.
You expect your constituents to sort of forgive you and move on?
This is when you're talking about the country leading in unemployment.
Ensign again dodged the question.
We will cooperate with any official inquiries.
It's two people in a relationship, and that should be recognized.
The problem is with recognizing a relationship within state law.
I'm not going to let this legislature nor the state of Nevada violate the Constitution.
They're taking their relationship a step further. They will register as domestic partners under Nevada's new law.
If there's any problem, we will be each other's domestic partner.
The reasonable and appropriate thing to do is not to build the condos.
On the chopping block, the Harmon condominiums.
The Harmon Hotel and Spa will get built and will open, but we've decided that it's best to wait a year.
The $2.9 billion project was due to open this fall, but that won't happen now.
We were left with no choice but to file Chapter 11.
The shutdown means over 3,300 contractors are now out of work.
We refer to ourselves as a family. So when situations arise like this and we lose one of our family members in the line of duty, it's an emotional process.
Officer Manor and Officer Beidel were good men. Their deaths are made even more tragic by the fact that the accidents that took their lives were preventable.
And a gun battle ensued. The officer was fatally struck.
A husband, father, and son who kept one very important promise: to protect his family, no matter the cost.
I'll see you in the afterlife.
Started his shift by picking up the van at the Clark County Detention Center and was driving to the Tucker Holding Facility in Laughlin.
Every family has a pack leader. Every wheel has a center. Ours was Dan.
Today's ribbon cutting means the first of City Center's 12,000 workers are finally on the job.
And if that's what causes Las Vegas to go to the next level, we'll be happy about that.
I think that the world's been waiting for something like this.
So those were some of the memorable stories of the past year, but we wanted to know what you thought. So we held our America's Party online poll all week long, and here are some of the top stories of 2009 that you thought were some of the top stories.
Yeah, a lot of the things that you just saw were represented on the list. At number 5, this meant a lot to a lot of people. The legislature overrides the governor's veto, giving couples, all couples, whether they're same-sex or opposite sex, the right to enter into domestic partnerships in Nevada.
Yep, number 4, casino projects delayed.
Number 3 is Senator John Ensign's affair and all the ethical fallout from that, a story that we have not seen the end of as we enter 2010.
Yes, and number 2, City Center opens. We waited so long for that, finally opens.
And as voted by our viewers, the biggest story in Las Vegas's 2009 was actually 4 different stories, sadly. The death of 4 Metro police officers in 1 year, and you cover the department very closely, and this is something, the stories that you cover.
Yeah, it was such a tough year for the department to lose those 4 officers, but they have made changes for the better so that in the coming years, the officers will be more safe in their cars as they're driving. Of course, we lost 2 of those officers because they were speeding and not wearing seatbelts, so changes have been made, so hopefully our officers will be more safe.
We can all hope for that, and there was a lot of hope in the air tonight that we're putting to bed something that didn't go very well, and we're heading on to something that's going to go a lot better, and you're going to hear more about that as our coverage of America's Party 2010 continues live from the Las Vegas Strip.
Hi, my name is Brian Miller. I'm here at Nellis Air Force Base. I'm a 99th Civil Engineer Squadron. I'd like to wish you guys a Happy New Year. And I'd like to say thank you to Lindsay, and I love you for the last year. I love you very much, baby. Have a Happy New Year.
In front of Caesar's Palace, I'm Dan Bowe, live on the Strip, and I found an amazing story. I love these great stories. I have got Eric and Jenny. Hi. And of course, beautiful Alyssa too, your cousin. You two just flew in from Denver and got married at the Bellagio just a few minutes ago on New Year's Eve in Las Vegas. First of all, congratulations. Why'd you pick Vegas?
Just a big party. I mean, what could you ask for a wedding? It was great.
Eric, did you pick Vegas or did she pick Vegas?
I think it was a mutual decision. I mean, New Year's Eve in Vegas, how could you not go here and get married, you know what I mean?
And this is your first time in Vegas for a New Year's Eve and ringing in the new year, right?
First time for a marriage and our first time in Vegas for New Year's Eve, you're right.
Congrats on the nuptials. What are we going to do tonight? And remember, this is a family show. It's NBC, so keep it PG, please.
We are going to watch the fireworks and have a great time here on the strip with everybody.
Play a little blackjack.
Play a little blackjack. Guys, congratulations. Hey, hold a round of applause for the married couple right here. Woo! Yeah! Over 300,000 people rocking in the new year, I think on the strip, 30,000 downtown on Fremont Street. This is a great party. Fireworks on 8 different rooftops. We'll be right back after this short break. Stay tuned right here on News 3 for more of America's party right here on News 3. Stay with us.
Welcome back to America's Party 2010, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. We are coming at you live from Pete's Dueling Piano Bar in Town Square. Some of the best live music in Las Vegas. We have Emily here. Emily, tell us why Pete's is so great.
It's awesome. Live entertainment is always the best. You can't go wrong with live entertainment.
And some of the songs we've been hearing tonight. Tell us about the music.
Roll in. I mean, you can hear it now. Rock and roll, everything. You name it. It's here.
So New Year's Eve, everybody has a resolution. What's yours?
You know what? I tend to not make any because I always break them the next day.
That's not a bad one, right? We're out here until 2 a.m. Live music, live band. Everybody is singing along, dancing. And the best part, they're taking requests. So we're having a great time. We're going to toss it out to Kevin on Fremont Street. Kevin, are you having as much fun as we are?
Hey, welcome back. I am your voice of sobriety in a sea of inebriation. You should have seen what just walked by. I'm not sure if it was a him or a her. Crazy stuff. We have my good friend here. What exactly was in there?
Jack and Coke.
Was it full?
At one time.
Do you know this guy?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
You vouch for him being 21?
He's a very good, what's that?
You vouch for him being 21?
Yeah, sometimes he's got to vouch for me being 21.
All right, good to see you guys. What's your name, sir?
Malcolm.
What's with the sunglasses?
You know, it's bright out here.
And what are you two-fisting here?
Kool-Aid. It's all Kool-Aid. It's all good.
And I like the tattoos. Has your mom seen you lately?
Well, they're all from Target, but yeah, no, she loves them.
Very nice. Good to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Michigan.
How does this compare to New Year's Eve in Michigan?
Oh, this is great. Yeah.
It's definitely a party. The Guns N' Roses tribute band is just taking the stage. But I've got my friend back here. What exactly is growing on the back of your head?
I don't know. Something I caught in Vegas. I'm hoping it stays here when I leave.
Can I give it a try?
Yeah.
All right. Now we're talking.
The thing of beauty, baby.
It is definitely me. A brand new hairstyle. Jim and Sophia, back to Caesars and you.
That's the most hair I've seen on Kevin Jennison's head.
That's
Doesn't
true.
look bad either.
It works, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, I was looking through the desk this week and getting ready for tonight, and I found a couple of things that I wanted to show you real quickly. These are from 10 years ago tonight. Ian, if we can show these. This is my media pass from the night it was Y2K from 99 leading into 2000. And this was a Y2K countdown clock. You remember these? You set them counting down. Everyone wondered what would happen to the computers. And
everybody,
in the end,
even the experts were saying, hey, everything might go berserk.
Right.
We were all so nervous.
The point of showing it is now, when you think about all we've been through in the last 10 years, this seems kind of trivial. When we had these, we had no idea that 9/11 was coming, that we would be entering 2 wars soon after that. And of course, no one saw what came with the financial meltdown and everything. And I bring it up because, you know, there are 2 ways to look at those things. One is to look back and say, what a terrible decade we've just been through. And the other way is to say, you know what, we made it through it. We survived.
We did make it through it, and we learned so much from it.
Right. And you know that saying, anything that you make it through that doesn't take you out makes you stronger. So we are stronger as we go into 2010, and that's the feeling that you get from the crowd here tonight, that hopefulness.
Yes, exactly. People are so hopeful and saying, you know what, let's get on with the next decade.
Yep.
Things have got to turn around, and we're seeing that tonight with all of these people who are so joyous here. We have so many visitors here. Who'd have thought that we would have so many visitors in town, and hotels would be able to raise their rates from previous years,
yes.
And that they would be at full occupancy.
Just about, with 8,000 more rooms than we had this time last year. And the party continues. That's what it's about tonight, is having a good time, releasing a little steam, saying goodbye to all that stuff that came before, and looking ahead to what comes ahead. And we've got much more ahead here on America's Party 2010.
How you doing? I'm Sergeant Criddle, Norman Criddle from the 99th Civil Engineer Squadron at Nellis Air Force Base. I would like to wish everybody happy holidays out there and best of wishes for the new year.
Remember that? They all have flown by so quickly. I honestly cannot believe, I was just talking about Y2K, it does not seem like it was 10 years ago to me.
I know, you know what? As you age, time flies quicker and quicker, doesn't it?
They've told us that for years, and now it's really starting to make sense. You know, every year there are hundreds of songs that make it onto the popular music charts, of course.
Yes, absolutely. Tonight's big song, of course, Auld Lang Syne. We've been hearing that, you know. But what were the top songs of the past decade? Rolling Stones did a little study, and we've got some of that information for you right now. According to Rolling Stones magazine, Paper Planes by MIA rounds out the top 5. Hey Ya by Outkast came in at number 4. Beyonce had several new hits this year, but her Crazy in Love song earned her the number 3 spot. The number 2 song of the decade is Jay-Z's 99 Problems, and Rolling Stone's number 1 song of the decade is Crazy by Gnarls Barkley.
You know, when I said earlier that I was feeling old because of that little girl who couldn't remember what records are, that song list makes me feel the same way. I knew a couple of those.
You knew Crazy in Love, right? I think I saw a YouTube dance that you put on.
Right, yeah. And MIA, that song was in Slumdog Millionaire.
Right.
So I know that one.
Okay. Well, speaking of songs and singers, there is no question Flamingo headliners Donny and Marie are just a terrific team, and they are a must-see show here in Las Vegas. They got here about 14 months ago and became a huge hit.
They did. We've got their faces plastered on one of the buildings right behind us here at the Flamingo. And Alicia Jacobs sat down with the famous siblings for a look back and a look at what's ahead for them.
It has absolutely been a stellar year for Donny and Marie, and that's probably an understatement. What began as a 6-month gig, now we'll have them here through 2012 at least. They also happen to be our recipients of Entertainers of the Year and Show of the Year. Doesn't get better than that. And you know what? They're also 2 of the nicest people ever. But you know what? See for yourself.
Almost as impressive as their huge talent is how genuinely nice these 2 are. And yes, it's for real. They also happen to be from that old school training ground that says, don't believe your own publicity and work hard for your audience.
We say we're entertainers, we're not celebrities. You work, and so many people out there work so hard to come see the show. They spend their good money, and when they do that, you appreciate that.
It's been unbelievable, Alicia. It's just,
like, amazing, right?
You don't know what's going to happen when you come to Vegas. You hope for the best, and we got the best. I mean, just thanks to the Las Vegas community. People like yourself are embracing our show.
You work your butts off. I mean, seriously,
yes, we do.
I've kind of been a bystander from day one.
I have no butt left.
That's too much dancing with the stars.
That's
I
right.
mean, seriously, you don't just phone it in.
The bar has been raised as far as expectations from the public, and you got to give them a lot of entertainment. But there's something else in there. You can't just bombard them with entertainment. You got to have a little personality with it as well.
And personality they've got, big time. In fact, welcome to a classic Osmond moment.
The public come to the theater or to the Flamingo and to dream in public, and we're in charge of the dream.
Ooh, I like
It
that.
puts the whole show business thing.
No, I thought he
into a
was just
different
putting you to sleep.
Yeah. Well, she gives you a nightmare. I'll give you a dream.
Sorry, Donnie, but it really is all about the shoes.
What's life as a woman without shoes?
Oh gosh,
Please.
It panics me to even think of that.
But it really is a problem because we're in shoe business.
Alicia and I like shoes.
No,
We have a
nobody
shoe
got
thing.
that joke. We're in shoe business.
Oh,
We're happy to have a shoe in here in Las Vegas. No,
Did I mention we're in shoe business? What was your question?
I didn't have a question.
Okay.
What's your platform? Go ahead.
2009 was definitely the year of the Osmond. Each has a new CD out, Marie a best-selling book, QVC jewelry line, and a long list of endorsements. Oh, and 8 kids. And with 5 kids, Donnie more than keeps up. But who are we kidding? 5 words, Dancing with the Stars, champ. All of that adds up to not much free time. But that's about to change.
Really, when the iron's hot, you strike it, and
Yeah.
we've had a lot of opportunities. But it gets to a point where you have to say, okay, enough's enough. There's no more blood in the veins, and you start sacrificing the most important things, and that is your time with your family.
And that leads to New Year's resolutions.
So 2010, that's my New Year's resolution. Focus on time with my wife and children.
I need to be more organized. That's one of mine, but I put more things on my list, but I can't find it.
But I have an airplane, so I go home.
heard.
I go home whenever I can. So I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a grandpa. For the third time coming up in June.
That's too weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
And mine's the same as his. Family focused here, and my airplane I can't afford when I pay alimony.
Are you dating anybody? Is there somebody special? Fess up.
Fess up. I'm dating. I mean, I date people.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Anybody special?
No.
Not yet. No.
It's been a very rocky road for Marie and her children. And coming here to Las Vegas is probably one of, if not the best thing for her
it's
family,
true.
for her children.
I am now a Las Vegan.
Yes,
I live
we
here.
love that.
And you know what? I have to tell you, I don't think I'm ever going to move.
Really?
No,
That's
I love
a big
it.
statement.
It's so important to get
It
involved in
is.
the community, particularly when the community has embraced us.
See what I mean? The real deal, absolute talent, and so nice. And a tip of the hat to the late Danny Gans, who actually brought them to town. Happy 2010, everybody.
Alicia, thank you for that. Hey, Dan Bull live back here on the Strip in front of Caesar's Palace. Let's party Las Vegas! America's Party 2010. Let me tell you, I've been down here since about 6:30, and for the last 4 hours, by the way, if you're keeping track, folks, we're about 45 minutes away from the fireworks display. If you're watching at home, stay tuned. It's going to be amazing. But in the last 4 hours, I've met some amazing people from all across this great land and from all across the world. Right here, we got folks from Orange County, LA, Oklahoma. Where's the Oklahoma girl? Come here, Oklahoma. Why'd you come to Vegas, Oklahoma?
Family.
Family?
And that's where we're from. And my sister's 18th birthday.
Is the 18-year-old on the Strip partying right now?
What?
Is your 18-year-old partying on the Strip right now?
No.
Okay, good. We don't want to be breaking any laws. Don't be breaking any laws. Where's everybody from? Who came the furthest? Come on. Where are you guys from? Where are you from?
Bay Area.
And why'd you pick Vegas for New Year's?
Well, look at the party.
Look at the party. That's exactly it. Over 320,000 people packing our city, 30,000 of them downtown on Fremont Street. The locals out party at Town Square. News 3's got you covered for America's Party 2010. Stay tuned. We're going to be back in just a minute after the break with more party going on. This is the place to be, am I right? Yeah! Woo! We're back in 2. Stay with us, folks.
America's Party 2010 is brought to you by
Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Anita Roman live at Pete's Dueling Piano Bar at Town Square. We have been enjoying some fantastic live music all night long. You can see that the crowd is going wild, and we are about to hear a very nice melody, and we're going to let you take a listen.
All right, now we're passing above Las Vegas Boulevard, checking out all the action down here, and there's a lot of it, especially wherever you have a cross street, wherever you have cross traffic going through, and yeah, this is where it's a little bit lighter as we get towards the south end of the strip. Start moving up a little bit further north towards Flamingo Road, and then you get the crowds. Also noticed a big crowd in front of the Paris. And of course, the one thing that's really new here is City Center, and it's a dramatic sight even when you don't have all the revelers out there. So we've seen a lot of people congregating, especially right there in front of the Paris, where they've got a good view looking down to the south towards the City Center. And we've seen heavy traffic now up and down the strip. Last time we checked in, it was moderate. It actually has grown quite a bit in volume here. Down here at Tropicana, this is one of the cross points where you see a lot of people right in the middle. But it seems like Party Central is the area in between Flamingo Road and Spring Mountain. Lots of traffic trying to make their way around away from the strip. We've seen big lines over here on Paradise, and also look at all this traffic on Tropicana. A lot of people are still trying to make their way into the festivities, perhaps in this case looking for an entrance into the MGM parking lot, and then moving down by way of the monorail or by foot to get into the middle of the festivities. We're still a half an hour away. You can sort of sense, even in Sky 3, even though we're a couple of thousand feet above it all, you can sort of sense the excitement building. Keep an eye on it, and a lot of the action is not here on the strip, though. It's in the downtown area, and that's where we find Kevin Janison.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. We are right in the middle of the massive humanity on Fremont Street on what is a true New Year's Eve party, along with my main man, Chuck Williams. Chuck, we told everybody to layer up because it's going to be cold outside. How would you describe the ensemble that you're wearing?
Oh, it's a mink coat. I got a custom-made suit from Falcom. It's very expensive. So I'm very happy to be here. I'm here every New Year down here on Fremont Street. I enjoy coming down here.
You are the most styling guy we've seen in a decade on Fremont Street.
Yes, I try to strive. That's what I like doing is dressing every day. I love dressing.
You are looking good, complete with the bling. And then we have our friends from Spokane, Washington. And when you're a little thirsty on Fremont Street, why not get the 67-ounce Bud Light? Did you drink that by yourself?
What?
You didn't drink that by yourself, did you?
And you know this?
You would need some help. And come on, there's no way you're 21.
There is, actually. I was born in 87. Hell yeah! 21 yesterday.
21 yesterday, celebrating the 21st birthday right here on Fremont Street for New Year's Eve. Have a great time. And then we have our friends here from Las Vegas. But you're not from Las Vegas. Where are you from?
I'm from Los Angeles, but I'm happy to be in Las Vegas for the umpteenth time. I love it here.
And Katarina, you guys dress like this all the time?
You know what? When you want to attract tourists to Las Vegas, you got to do the costumes. You got to do it all. Bring everybody to Vegas. Our economy needs you right now.
Exactly. And you've been taking a lot of pictures.
Oh, yes, sir. I'd like to thank everybody from Channel 3 News and the family. A Happy New Year. And God bless you guys. And God bless Las Vegas.
Look at the bling. I just wanted to... Whoa, that's heavy. That's some serious gold. The big dollar sign around their necks. And where's my friend? Where are you from?
Canada. The Goodman Nation want to say troops in Afghanistan, Canada, and United States. We love you. Happy New Year. Keep up the good work, America. We love you. Happy New Year.
What do you think they're doing in Canada right now on New Year's Eve?
I think we're looking at America, and we're looking at our big brother and our big sister, and we love you all. Happy New Year to the Goodman Nation.
It is a festive crowd as we count down the last few minutes of the decade from a wild, raucous Fremont Street celebration right in front of the Guns N' Roses performance on the 3rd Street stage. From that note, in the middle of the sea of humanity, Jim and Sophia, back to Caesars, back to you, send help.
You'll be all right, buddy, something tells me. That girl said she was born in 1987.
Yeah.
I graduated college that year. It's rough.
Well, yeah, it is.
You know, as we look back at the decade that's passed and you think about your life back in 1999, for the most part, the internet was around, but for the most part, we listened to music on stereos, we watched TV on TV, we read books, in books. We read newspapers on newspaper. Now, so much of that has changed because of these things, right?
Yeah, and it's great because now you're connected instantly globally, but with this also comes some controversy. You know, we've had the controversy of texting in cars. We've had controversies where you can't restrict this as a parent, so you've seen kids get into trouble with sexting.
Yeah, it is all about the instant message and the instantaneous download, but I'll tell you about connectivity. That is the theory.
Right.
But for anybody out there who's had to try to have a face-to-face conversation with a teenager while they're on one of these, like I have, Happy New Year's Eve, Riley, you have to question whether it's making us more connected or not.
Are you kidding me, Jim? I've seen you. You are Mr. Fast Fingers on those things.
I've got some skills myself. I learned it all from the kid.
Yeah,
exactly. So a lot's changed, and a lot more will change in the decade that we are about to enter, and that's what we're here to celebrate tonight is 2010.
It's so exciting. What's next? You know, we got into the computer age fully in this last decade or two, and we're just looking forward to what's next. What's the next innovation?
One thing to keep in mind as we toss the break here is that every time we've had tough times in America, that's always been followed by a period of success and economic boom. So it's coming eventually. The question is the timing of it, but we all know it's out there somewhere.
Yeah, we do. And we all know that our coverage continues right after this. Please stick around for more America's Party 2010 right after this.
I'm Staff Sergeant Santisis, I'm part of the 99 CES.
I'm Aaron Hailstone, 99 CES HVAC shop.
Just want to wish y'all a Happy New Year.
We love you guys, thank you. Say hi to my family.
Hey Mom, Dad.
Welcome back to our coverage of America's Party 2010. We're so glad you're on board with us tonight. We hope you're comfy at home, and we're so glad we have our friends back here too. We're right in front of Caesars.
Yes, we're actually getting a nice little mist from the Caesars fountains right now.
Exactly, and we're so lucky because we are right under one of the spots where the fireworks are going to go off in about 30 minutes or so?
Yeah, this is pretty much the center of the action, and then 7 hotels branching out from here, and we've got that covered from so many angles for you. So in less than 30 minutes, you're going to want to get everyone around the TV set and watch a spectacular fireworks show from the Grucci family.
Yeah, back on the rooftops this year, where they belong, as we've always said. Okay, well, you know, a lot of wacky things will happen tonight with so many people out and about partying, but we had some wacky moments in the past year too, huh?
We sure did, and we are trying to include your thoughts in our coverage tonight. So we asked you over the past week or so to go on our website and let us know what your thoughts were about the stories, the wackiest stories of 2009. And here's a look at the top 5 according to you. From our America's Party polls, no surprise here, the White House party crashers are on the list. They took the number 5 spot. Kanye West interrupting country singer Taylor Swift's acceptance speech at the MTV Video Music Awards. We all remember that. That came in at number 4. Number 3 goes to a Colorado family who pulled off that hoax. The balloon boy had everyone glued to the TV sets. The Tiger Woods saga took the number 2 spot. I thought that might be number 1. And drum roll, please, the number 1 wildest story of 2009 is also a story that made us all feel so good about the possibilities, the miracle on the Hudson when Captain Sully landed that plane in the Hudson River, and we all waited and watched and hoped for the best.
Exactly, and you know, he was called a hero afterwards, and he said, you know, I'm no hero, I was just doing my job, but to all of us, you are a hero.
Absolutely. One of the things that this year has taught us, with all the difficult stories that we have had to cover personally and all the things that have come up in the news and all the challenges that are facing so many local families out there, is that it is important to find a way to laugh every once in a while.
Exactly, and with some lighter moments, here's NBC's Raphael Seth.
Sir Isaac Newton's law of motion states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. The government's Karmic Asset Relief Program, or CARP, uses that law to provide a lift to our nation's sagging psyche after a down year. Their Happytizer machine measures the bad in our lives and recommends an opposite reaction. For instance, if airline cutbacks get you down because you can no longer afford to fly commercial, the Happytizer calculates that what's needed to lighten your mood is a skateboarding dog. If you've had to sell a musical instrument just to put food on the table, a squirrel with a cup on its head makes it all better. And if day-to-day stress is putting a strain on your life, here's an iguana riding a motorcycle. But the Happytizer is not perfect. The recommendation for this man who may now be looking for work: a week is some rich guy's pet hamster. The housing market took a major tumble in 2009. When you owe more than your home is worth, it's called being underwater. You have to fight your way through all the bureaucracy, and then the dominoes really start to fall. Before you know it, you're out on the streets, hanging around with tree huggers and rogue musicians. To balance that out, we give you illuminated sheep, a shark petting zoo, and a robot doing the robot. If that doesn't blow your mind, consider that one of the biggest problems in 2009 was boredom. Troubled times had people climbing the walls or going straight bananas. Bettors couldn't afford to go to the dog track, so they put their money on snails instead. Even cash-poor civic institutions like orchestras and zoos had to combine resources just to survive. The 2009 holiday season was also affected by the downturn. Santa had to lay off his reindeer and hire independent contractors to deliver the gifts. He even had to cut back on the uniform budget for his helpers. There is optimism for 2010. Experts say help is just over the horizon. We merely have to find our own Happytizer and go boldly in the direction of our dreams. Raphael Seth, NBC News.
Some lighter moments there from Raphael Seth, our thanks to him. And 22 minutes and counting until midnight. We cannot wait to see the fireworks off the rooftops.
I know you think about the Grucci family. The headquarters for the fireworks show is on the roof of the Rio. That's where they have the best vantage point. And they're up there right now getting ready to hit that button. 7 minutes and 11 seconds it's going to last, and they tell us it's going to be the best one yet.
Yeah, it comes down to just 7 minutes and 11 seconds. After a whole year of planning, it took 65 guys some 4 days to actually coordinate everything, to work the muscles and put it all together.
You're in the best spot to watch it all. We've got so many cameras trained on the fireworks tonight, including Tom Hawley up in Sky 3. We'll have it all covered for you as our countdown continues here on America's Party 2010.
America's Party 2010 is brought to you by
Welcome back to America's Party 2010. Dan Bolton live in front of Caesars on the Las Vegas Strip. We are ringing in the new year. Oh, man. Can you believe we've only got about 10 or 15 minutes until the fireworks? 8 different rooftops, going to be a big bash, but I got a special treat. Only in Las Vegas would you find this. You come down to the Strip, you meet people from across the globe, and you also meet this guy, Robert, from San Diego, who wants to do something special right here on KVBC News 3 America's Party. You got a few seconds. What do you want to do something real special? Hopefully we can take another shot. Here we go. What do you want to say, Robert, to your lovely lady right here?
I want to ask love of my life if she would do me the honor of marrying me.
You got the ring?
Rita, will you marry me?
Oh, and Rita, your answer?
Yes, 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 yes!
Oh, you gotta love that. Kevin may be on Fremont Street with some wild, crazy people, but we've got love in the air and romance right here ringing in the new year. Guys, best of luck to you. Thank you very much for doing that. Anita Roman down at Town Square partying with all the locals here in the Valley. Anita, good times down there too?
We are having such a fantastic time here at Pete's Dueling Piano Bar. Live music all night, live dancing, and the best part is that people are putting requests in. This is one of the piano players, Christine Cochran. Tell us about this. I mean, this is really unique to Las Vegas.
We are new. We just got here about 6 weeks ago, and we've got 4 stores in Texas. This is our first time outside of the state, and Las Vegas has been very welcoming and very warm. We have a great time just getting people involved and having a good, making it a show about them, and just entertaining people, making them feel welcome to the place they can come and just hang out and be themselves.
And what's the concept with the 2 pianos?
One of the dueling pianos, we have a team up there. All 6 hours we're open. Every other hour we rotate 2 people on the pianos, and they consistently keep the music going, and it never stops. And the idea is we take turns leading the audience and doing things and having fun with the audience, having fun at the audience's expenses sometimes, and celebrating birthdays, bachelorette parties, the whole thing.
And you take requests. How hard are the requests? You have to be ready to go.
Yeah, we each know like thousands of songs. But there are some we don't know, but we give the illusion that we know everything.
Sounds great. Well, you guys are doing a great job. The crowd is loving it. We're here till 2 a.m. and we're going to toss it back to Jim and Sophia out on the strip.
Oh gosh, it's so nice to see the locals having fun in places like where Anita is tonight, and all our visitors having such a great time tonight.
Got a great crowd here. I'll tell you what this looks like to me. This is the promise of the future right here.
Right.
Times are tough here, no doubt about it. Room rates are down, but we've got 8,000 more hotel rooms than we had this time last year, and we've got almost all of them full tonight. It's still Vegas. People still love to come here.
Yes, they do, and for special moments, as we saw.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah, we saw someone get engaged live on our air. Earlier, we met a couple who had just gotten married here in Las Vegas. Vegas is about special moments, and tonight is one of them.
Absolutely, and we've got more for you still ahead as we continue our coverage of America's Party 2010. We are just over 15 minutes away now from a huge fireworks show, and you're going to see it from all kinds of different angles. Hope you can stick around.
Staff Sergeant Santisis, I'm part of the 99 CES.
I'm Aaron Hailstone, 99 CES HVAC shop.
Just want to wish y'all a Happy New Year.
I love you guys, thank you. Say hi to my family.
Hey Mom, Dad.
The party is going strong down here on Fremont Street as we count down the last 12 minutes or so into a brand new decade. And here's a question I have. Do you wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I just want to put a fish on my head?
Well, it's nothing better than a fish on your head. That's an Nemo hat.
You look good. And then these guys, I have to ask you, what is the purpose of the cardboard cutout?
Zac Efron. He's a star in Hollywood.
Well, I understand that, but it's kind of cardboard.
He's with us tonight. Every picture we take is with Zac Efron tonight. Zac Efron. Woo! Woo!
Hey, does your friend have 52 cards in his deck?
50?
High 40s?
Yeah, 40, maybe.
Where are my friends over here? Let me show you what they're serving at the Gold Nugget. Take a look at this. It is a boot of beer, and they've got 2 of them. Oh, it's a crazy time down on Fremont Street. We have people from Las Vegas. Why do you choose to come down to Fremont Street on New Year's Eve?
It's the best place to be. It's the only place to be. Las Vegas, the best place to party. It's the only place to go. That's it, downtown. Look at it. It's beautiful.
They estimate the crowd at 30,000 people. There will be a huge countdown right before midnight. And we have our friends here.
Yes, baby! 2010!
But you brought this guy who's not from Vegas. May I see some ID? Look at this. His passport from Canada. He flew in today so he could come down and party with these guys on Fremont Street to bring in 2010. It is a very festive crowd. Let me give you the lay of the land, because as they count down midnight, there'll be a huge show on the canopy. They'll count that down. Then they've got fireworks by Grucci underneath the canopy. They're going to work their way west to east, along with virtual fireworks on the 20 million LED lights. It's going to be quite a show, and these guys are prime. This crowd got here early. The bands began at 6. They were all here about 8 o'clock, and they are ready to go, and so are we with all the noise. Looking forward to the fireworks under the canopy, as well as seeing what you guys are delivering on Fremont Street. All right, dude, what happened here?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Happy New Year. I love you, my grandma, dad. Love you. Happy New Year. Vegas, baby.
From Brooklyn, New York. I think Mom and Dad heard that. All right, they even brought their own puppets. It's chaos under control. We'll send it back down to Caesars. Jim and Sophia.
Yeah. They're having a lot of fun there. We're having a hard time hearing because it's getting louder and louder here. In fact, we just heard a huge pop just a few minutes ago.
It was a 10-minute warning.
Yep.
We're just under 9 minutes to go now, and this crowd went wild when they heard that one lone boom come up from the top of Caesars, because they know the fireworks are close. And coming back from the last break, we saw the fireworks from 2009, and that was a big disappointment for a lot of people. You saw how low they were over the city skyline. That's because they were launched from a lower elevation.
Exactly. And this year they are back on the rooftops, and it's going to be the best show ever, according to the Grucci Group, who puts a great show on every year anyway. This year they're going to spell out the letters LV. They're going to have silver palm trees, very unique things.
Yeah, we're going to see the fireworks start at the 10-second mark, and then they will count down from the rooftops leading up to the time the clock strikes midnight, and we all say hello to 2010, and it's coming up here in just under 8 minutes now. 7:53 to go.
Exactly. We are counting down, and we hope you are at home too with us. We'll be right back with more coverage of America's Party 2010 right after this. Don't go away. The fireworks are coming up.
Yeah.
People Kevin on Fremont.
All right, thank you very much, Anita. We are counting down the last few minutes of 2009. Look how nice they are here on Fremont Street. This gentleman just offered me some hot chocolate. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that a face you'd like to take home and meet Mom? They are down here. They are partying. They're having a good time. And on the canopy right now, they're showing some of the highlights of 2009. In fact, they've been showing the entire century. Jim and Sophia, take us into 2010.
Hey, Kevin, thanks, buddy. I'm going to take it one more time live right here on the Strip before we throw it back to Jim and Sophia. Let these guys just have one more big hoop and holler right here. You guys are live. We're going to ring in the new year in 2 minutes. Come on! America's Party, Las Vegas 2010. Yeah! Woo! All right. Hey, real quick, where'd you guys come in from?
Whittier.
Where did you come from?
Whittier.
Whittier. Your first time in Vegas?
No.
No? First time for New Year's?
Yes.
Yes? What are you doing tonight?
Here.
Getting wild and crazy?
We're here.
You're here with us. You're here bringing in the new year with us. That's the way to do it. Yes, exactly. Right here on America's Party in Las Vegas. Hey, let me tell you what, this has been an amazing night, guys. Been up and down the Strip. Jim and Sophia have met people from across the globe, over 320,000 people here, and in just about 2 minutes, we're going to see fireworks from 8 different rooftops. It is going to be amazing. I've done several years here, not as many as Jim Snyder. I know he's been here quite a while, but I got to tell you, Jim, one of the most moving ones I came to right after 9/11. I came to the 2002 New Year ringing in. I was alive on this Strip with people like the people behind us here, and it was one of the most amazing times I've ever had, and I think tonight it's going to be one of those nights. Glad to see the fireworks back on the rooftops. Going to be fun. I just hear some loud booms. That's the 2-minute warning, I think, guys. I'm going to throw it back over to you, Jim. You're a veteran at this. You know it. So take us home, buddy.
Wow, you're really making me feel old out here, man. But I'll tell you, that's what New Year's is all about, and that's why we love to do these broadcasts so much, because when tough times come, it's a milestone. It's a time where we can say goodbye to the things that came just before it, and we look ahead with hope to the things that come in the future from there.
Yeah, right, and if you look around in the crowd, you can tell in their eyes so many people are holding hope dearly tonight, saying, you know what, this is going to be great. This next decade is going to be awesome.
You do get that feeling, and you know, there are so many families out there watching us right now. They email us all the time about the problems they're having. I've heard from so many of you who are, you know, facing job losses and foreclosures, and we know you've had a very tough time, and we're just glad we're all here. We're all still here, and we're sticking together. It's brought our community tighter together, and we really hope for very good things ahead for everybody out there watching in 2010.
And we really believe tonight was a sign of things to come, with so many visitors who came here, hotels with, well, here we go. Here we go.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Your champagne up. Find your people on your feet. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
celebration. Yeah. Celebrate good times. Come on. Fireworks. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to nice and happy. That's so cool. So bring it to the time. And it's happy too. Yeah, we're gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. It's up to you. But yeah, you. Everyone around the world. Woo-hoo. Celebration. Let's see now. We're gonna have a good time. Let's celebrate. It's alright. I say celebration. Let's celebrate. It's alright. It's time to come together. It's up to you. It's up to you, Christine Cotton. Put your blessing. Everyone around the world.
Come on. It's up to Gene Edwards.
Yoo-hoo!
Maybe it's up to Matt Newbold.
Matthew Newbold.
Yeah.
Celebrate good times. Come on. Celebrate good times. Come on.
All right. We are paid to come up with words at times like this. Here's one.
Yeah.
Wow.
How about the pictures are the words? Look
Yeah,
at the video
that, my
we're showing
friend,
these people.
was a
Amazing.
fireworks show, huh?
Was.
Yeah.
They told us to expect a finale. Nothing went on forever.
It did. And you know what, compared to last year, and I did a story right after last year's, the day after, a lot of folks said, oh, I couldn't see anything on the ground. So nice to have it back on the rooftops. It was amazing. That family did a great job, as they always do here in Vegas.
I mean, they delivered on their promise. The Gucci Group always does such a fantastic job, and this year they did not disappoint. They said it was going to be one of the best shows ever, the best show that they've ever put on, and it was.
I'll tell you, it's such a cool family, and you see their interviews on our air whenever they come to town. We talk to them during the preparations, and what a great business to be in. They're in the business of fun and wowing a crowd, and they do it every time. Every time, you know, they come, I think about that. I think, what a great, and they got the whole family involved.
Yeah, and they work all year long, but let's be real. How much work do you have to do to get that nice paycheck to make everybody enjoy this? That's a great job.
But I got to tell you, they really, really worked hard this year because they really had to coordinate with the fire department to make sure that everything went off without a hitch because of the Monte Carlo fire last year. We had them at ground level because of the fear of fire, and they had to work all that out, and they did.
Yeah, those facades on a lot of the hotels that look like they're a castle or whatever else are made out of a foamy material, and that's what we learned through the Monte Carlo fire. So there was that concern. That was $500,000, what you just watched go up in
that was
7
about
minutes.
7 to 10 minutes
Right.
for $500,000, and I think this crowd liked it. Did we like it this year?
Yeah, they loved it.
I think we like the fireworks. I'll tell you, it's so much nicer than back in the day. There were no fireworks. I mean, people would still pack Las Vegas Boulevard. They'd be out here until midnight, but at midnight, people would be walking around going, "Happy birthday, man," or "Happy New Year's, man."
Yeah.
Nobody really knew.
By the way, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Dan.
Come on in, you big
Right,
lug.
Happy New Year. Any
All right.
resolutions, guys?
I'm not making those. Just a better year. How about that?
Just hoping for great times ahead for everybody out there watching.
Exactly. Let's all keep positive.
Apparently,
That's
we
all
have
I
to
wish.
pay some more bills. Our producer wants us to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back to wrap this up. America's Party. Happy 2010, everybody.
been a heck of a year,
Yes.
and this was a great ending to this year, and we're so looking forward to the new year. And I just want to say Happy New Year to all of our crew.
Yes, we want to give a nod to everyone who has helped us out tonight. We've got Kevin Janison braving what has been a very colorful cast of characters downtown, to say the least.
Yes.
And we've got Tom Hawley up in Sky 3, and also Roger Manulet flying Sky 3, who provided some of the best aerials of the fireworks. Those were some of the coolest shots.
That's almost
and
the
don't
best
forget
view.
and don't forget about Anita Roman, who was partying it up with the locals there at Pete's Dueling Piano Bar. We thank all of you so much. And the rest of you guys, please come in. This is our
and all
crew
of our
that
crew
work
and
behind
staff.
the scenes.
Hey, and a big
here
thanks to
make
Caesars,
this,
too, where we broadcast live from. Big thanks to our friends at Caesars.
Exactly,
This is
but we want to
a
really
great spot.
say
Get in here, guys.
thank you to all of you for watching, and Happy New Year.
Dan, let me ask you a question.
Yes,
because
sir.
you were out here in the crowd. Normally, you get all the rowdies and the crazies, but tonight there was a lot of heartfelt stuff.
There was a lot of heart. You know what I have to say? I think 09 was such a hard year for so many folks that we're just looking forward, and everybody that was here tonight was looking for a prosperous new year.
Right, absolutely.
Yep.
And now you're looking at a list of the other people who back us up. There are so many people who work at News 3 who you never hear about. We want to thank all of them as well.
Exactly, not just today, but all year long, and we hope all of you at home and all of the people out here, our crew, everyone, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Good night.